Okay, that's a good point on which to take my next question. Has Narasimha Rao been let off lightly by the Liberhan report? I want to come to you, Manish Tiwari. Mr. Tiwari, Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister of the country. Surely he could have stopped the demolition of the Babri Masjid. How can Narasimha Rao be let off so lightly? Is this where the politics of the Congress has played a part?
Mr. Sardesai, are you making the charge that the Congress in any manner influenced the outcome of the report?
Well, I'm only telling you the BJP. Making? I've heard Ravi Shankar Prasad and Ram Madhav saying it is ridiculous that Narasimha Rao's name is in no way, it is suggested he is completely not culpable. There the blame is shifted to the governor. And when it's Kalyan Singh, when it's Atal Bihari Vajpayee, they are all directly involved. How do you explain the distinction? The Prime Minister of the country could have stopped the demolition of the mosque.
Well, let me respond to what Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad and Mr. Ram Madhav has said. First of all, I wish that Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad and his other spokespersons are on the same page, because you had Mr. Prakash Javadekar with me on an earlier program who said that the events which took place before 1985 did not matter, they were irrelevant. So therefore, that answers a point which Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad had raised earlier. And insofar as the role of the former Prime Minister is concerned, in the recommendations, it has been dealt with, and I answered that question earlier, that in a situation whereby a state government decides to go rogue, how does a central government respond to it? You had the Kalyan Singh government. No, you had the Kalyan Singh government, which was running with the hare and hunting with the hound. They were doing one thing and saying just the other, not only to the union government, but to the National Integration Council. Right.
Ravi Shankar Prasad respond. Narasimha Rao was an innocent, Manish Tiwari, you seem to be suggesting Narasimha Rao was an innocent Prime Minister. Surely he had central intelligence reports that he knew what was happening at the Babri Masjid. How can the entire blame be shifted only to the state government? What was the central government doing on December 6, 1992?
Well, that's precisely what the Justice Liberhan Commission says. That you had a situation whereby there was an intelligence failure, whereby the central government at that point in time, because of the assurances which were given by the state government, unfortunately took them at face value.
A quick response.
I entirely agree with you that with the 2020 hindsight,
quick response. I want Ravi Shankar a quick response before I take my first break. Ravi Shankar Prasad.
Well, Rajdeep, my first reply is that leave aside us. A well-respected Congress leader who is still alive, Arjun Singh, publicly condemned Mr. Narasimha Rao's role. Was he summoned by the commission? Let's be very clear about it. What I'm simply saying, you cannot put one fact here and one fact there. My point is, my charge is, if Justice Liberhan is examining the entire prospectus of the movement and coming with so much of heavy English condemnation against the Sangha Parivar, if I can use this expression. Now, the point is you are leading completely the role of Narasimha Rao.
May I ask Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad just one simple question?
Mr. Manish Tiwari, I don't interrupt you. Mr. Manish Tiwari, I don't interrupt you. I don't interrupt you. Please wait for your turn. The second point I am saying is, role of Bhuta Singh in getting the lock open as the Home Minister of Rajiv Gandhi, the permission of Shilanyas, all these are part of Ram Janmabhoomi movement. And if Justice Liberhan was honest, objective and fair in tracing the entire history of the movement, it was incumbent on his part to personally examine each and everything.
Okay, so you're saying he should have gone well before 1989.
May I now ask Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad a direct
point
question?
I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Is Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad saying that the Bharatiya Janata Party had nothing to do with the Ram Janmabhoomi movement from 1985 till 1992? They incited communal passions all over the country. They mobilized people time and again, and that is what led to the demolition of the Babri Masjid. Is Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad denying the culpability of the Bharatiya Janata Party in the Ram Janmabhoomi movement?
Ravi Shankar Prasad, are you disowning the Ram Janmabhoomi movement? Are you blaming it to the opening of the gates of the Babri Masjid? Are you blaming it on the Shilanyas during the Rajiv years?
Rajdeep, first of all, it is not Babri Masjid. It is a disputed structure. You please correct your, first of all, expression. Even the Supreme Court says that. Did I say that we disown the Ram Janmabhoomi movement? Did I ever say that we don't want a Ram Janmabhoomi temple to come there? We have never. Well, please have patience, Mr. Why you are so impatient today, my good friend Manish Tiwari? But the point is, here we are discussing the whole report. We are discussing the validity of report. Even Deen Dayal Upadhyaya has been condemned. All the founders of Jansangh, the ideology has been named.
Okay.
Who is Justice Liberhan to determine my ideology?
Okay,
if
point
the people
taken.
vote to me, he has said that Hindus are not in favor of the movement. So much of movement was there in the entire country. Therefore, presently we are only discussing the biased report of Justice Liberhan. That he has not come.
I'm going to take a...
I have limited time. With your permission, ask...
Yes, Manish Tiwari, just hold on. Hold your thought. I will come back to you in just a moment. I'm going to ask that last big question to all of you. Is it too little, too late at the end of the day? 17 years later, what have we really achieved? Much more after a very tiny break.